Did you know Clemson plays Wake Forest Saturday? If you don't, you do now. It's a noon Eastern Time kickoff. It's on ABC. This is where we're going to start to find out about Clemson. Or are we? Because there's a chance that Clemson could be totally fraudulent and still blow Wake Forest out. This game was horrific last year. Really bad. This was supposed to be last year a game where Clemson may have gotten upset. It was not. Let me give you a little historical trend. I'm not always the biggest on trends around here, but Jesse brought me one today. It's too glaring to ignore. Since 2000, it's a long time now, it's over 2 decades. Since 2000, Wake Forest has had 24 opportunities against top 10 teams, and they've lost all 24 of them. So they have not pulled off something like they're trying to pull off this Saturday, quite literally this millennium. This game last year was a blowout. It was 38-13 entering the fourth quarter. Wake Forest, season low in points last year, 36 rush yards. For the record, Clemson had over 330 of those rushing yards. There is a plus side, though. You can go back and look at last year. Last year does not always foretell of the year to come. Just trying to give you an idea of how this went down last year. There is a positive, and that is that producer Jesse did a really good job today. Stats and Info, a.k.a. Jesse, did a really good job. He brought me another interesting tidbit, and that is that Wake Forest has 39 guys on their roster that are either 5th, 6th, or 7th year players. Got a bunch of Sean Cliffords on the team, 39 of them. So they've had to chew on that the entire, a casual would call it the offseason. They've chewed on it. Does it matter? If you're not equipped, does it matter? Well, we're going to find out. The line on this game, 7. We're going to find out. Wake is 7th in the nation right now in third down conversions. So defensively. So they have not let you convert third down a lot. That's the plus side. The downside is that is against VMI, Vanderbilt, and Liberty. Obviously, the competition ramps up dramatically this week. I think it's a big week for Will Shipley, the running back at Clemson, because they are such a step up athletically. I think it kind of renders a lot of these stats moot. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much Wake's success defensively on third down against VMI, Vandy, and Liberty is going to matter when it's 3rd and 3. And I've got 2 shots with Will Shipley. I don't know how much is going to matter. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I just don't take a whole lot of comfort in that stat and that stat alone. Now, here's what I do know. I know there's some guys that are questionable in Wake's secondary. I don't know what the status is there, but if they just have a version of the secondary they've had so far this year, their pass defense is probably a lot more sound than their run defense. And with that in mind, I think about the game plan for Clemson, and I think about the potential vulnerability in the passing game for Clemson. There's not really a whole lot of reason for them to put it in the air Saturday when they don't need to. And here's the issue. On the other side of the ball, for Wake, they will not be able to run. No one's under an illusion otherwise. Clemson knows Wake can't run. Wake knows Wake can't run. My mom knows Wake can't run. Everyone knows they can't run, which just puts the entire thing on Sam Hartman's shoulders, the quarterback there. And there are a couple of names you need to be aware of that could be back this Saturday for Clemson. Tyler Davis, Brian Brzee, and Xavier Thomas, they think they may play Saturday. If they do, they haven't gotten that combination on the field a whole lot, but when they have been, they've been pretty lethal. And so you just start to picture in your head Sam Hartman having to throw the ball 35 times, 45 times, 55 times, who knows, in order to win this game. It doesn't paint a really rosy picture. I don't see how you make it unscathed or turnover free through an afternoon like that. So they can't run the ball. Can you get 30 plus? That's the starting point to me. Because even with the struggles offensively for Clemson so far this year, I think I can count on them to get 30 plus. So 30 is the starting point for this game to me. I don't know that I can count on Wake to get there. And so let's take a look at what Vegas thinks. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. The Vegas number is 7, Clemson -7. The model is still a little tepid, shall I say, tepid on Clemson. So the model only has Clemson -8. I thought it'd be double digits. I think Clemson's going to win the game. I think they're going to cover. There's so many paths here where not only does the Clemson ground game just chew the game up, but also in an effort to keep up, Wake ends up turning the ball over. And Clemson ends up scoring in pretty much all 3 phases of the game. So I just think there's an opportunity here much like last year, for Clemson to overwhelm Wake athletically. I think that number's too low. I think our number's too low. I think they're going to win the game by double digits. So give me Clemson to win. Give me Clemson to cover. Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure and leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.